Layoffs, AI art, AI written stories. The gaming industry is speeding down a slippery slope, and we are all along for the ride. In January, Activision laid off a bunch of artists, told the survivors to work smarter, not harder, and by smarter they allegedly meant to use AI or else. As we can see, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is allegedly rocking AI-generated concept art. Welcome to the timeline where Skynet doesn't end humanity with nukes, it just gives us soulless video games and corporate greed on steroids. But hey, let's not throw AI into the villain role just yet. In gaming, AI is a double-edged sword. It can give us smarter NPCs, dynamic worlds, and quicker development times. On the flip side, it's already becoming a corporate excuse to slash jobs and churn out content that feels more early access cash grab than artistic vision. In this video, we are diving into AI's slippery slope in gaming, from the layoffs at Activision to AI-generated art to the potential rise of AI-written stories, and even what this means for the future of gaming as we know it. Is AI a blessing, a curse, or just another way for big studios to cut corners? Let's find out. AI art and writing in modern games. Black Ops 6. This game is glazing its stuff with AI-generated art, allegedly, which is kind of like saying you've got to design a handbag made out of recycled pizza boxes. It looks flashy, but you've got to wonder, did anyone actually care about the design, or are we just slapping a pretty face on a steaming pile of corporate greed? Sure, some of the AI art looks okay enough to make you say, damn, I'd hang that on my wall. Not really. But don't be fooled, it can't hide its flaws. We are talking about those famous extra fingers, or that I was made by a computer with a questionable understanding of anatomy screen. It's a total crapshoot. One moment, you're admiring the epic explosions and detailed character models, and the next you're staring at zombie Santa with 6 fingers. Like seriously, they didn't even spend the time to fix the issues manually, or I don't know, regenerating the photo with better prompts to get the most realistic looking one. Allegedly, yeah. They just generated this and thought, yeah, this is fire, drop it. Now let's talk about AI generated skins. While some AI skins and art can look decent if enough time and effort are given, it's still incredibly soulless. It completely undermines the whole meaning of grinding for hours to unlock something valuable. I mean, what's the point of spending all the time in the game, working hard to earn that flashy new skin, only to find out it was designed by an AI? I mean, it's a big fucking nothing burger. You miss out on the human artistic touch that gives those skins that special feeling, the sense of accomplishment that comes with earning something truly unique. Now, let's get into the writing. The bigwigs are talking about using AI to pen out stories, and while that sounds like a horrible idea, let's be real, there's no solid proof that it's actually happening yet, thankfully. We've heard the buzz, but for now, it's just talk. Some people believe that if the gaming industry fully embraces AI writing, we might find ourselves in a world where character dialogue resembles this.
Are you saying they executed her?
Well, this is a possibility, and some games may indeed feature such dialogue due to AI writing. I doubt it will negatively impact storytelling, as poorly written human stories are already a thing. Now, that does not mean that we should embrace AI writing. If AI is used correctly as a helpful tool rather than the core of a writing team, it can be incredibly beneficial. It can save time and enable good writers to work more efficiently. However, while working more efficiently means producing more in less time, this often doesn't lead to reduced workloads in corporate environments. Instead, you may end up doing more work within the same hours without proper compensation for the extra effort. Alternatively, companies might choose to lay off less efficient workers, cutting costs while expecting you to maintain high productivity. This is obviously a complex and nuanced topic that extends beyond the gaming industry and deserves its own in-depth discussion. However, the underlying principles remain consistent across various fields. So as we go through the brave new world of AI, in art and writing, let's keep our heads on straight. The technology may seem like the shiny new toy on the block, but if we don't watch out, we could end up with a gaming landscape that's all flash and no substance. Because let's face it, nobody wants to play a game that's more about cutting corners than crafting unforgettable experiences. If we let AI take over completely, we might just find ourselves in a digital wasteland filled with stunning visuals and zero heart. AI's potential for gameplay. Alright, let's talk about the shiny potential of AI in gameplay, because who doesn't want their virtual buddies to be smarter than a bag of rocks? Imagine NPCs that don't just stand around like they've got nothing better to do. With AI, we could finally have non-playable characters that actually interact with you in a meaningful way. Picture this, instead of just repeating the same 5 lines of dialogue every time you walk past them, these NPCs could adapt to your actions and decisions. With AI, we could see this kind of adaptive behavior across the board. Think about how it could revolutionize gameplay in RPGs, where NPCs don't just react, they remember. You save a town, maybe they give you a discount at the local shop. You burn it to the ground, well, good luck getting a warm welcome at the tavern. This is the kind of stuff that can take immersion to the next level. No more talking to NPCs who act like they're auditioning for a role in a low-budget soap opera. And I have to mention that we have this type of immersion in some older games already, but it's nowhere near advanced. And let's not forget about procedural generation. AI can whip up levels faster than you can say, oh great, another dungeon. Games like Hades and Dead Cells do this brilliantly, giving you a unique experience every time you play. But be careful, if every level starts looking like it was designed by a hyperactive toddler with a box of crayons, we could end up with a situation where the game feels repetitive real quick. It's like that one friend that tells the same joke every fucking time. Now, AI can adapt gameplay to your decisions, like the AI director in Left 4 Dead, which adjusts the intensity based on how well you're playing. This means you can't just rush through missions. It'll throw in more zombies the better you play and make you suffer like Valve has a generational beef with you. Here's the catch though, if game developers start relying on AI to do all the heavy lifting, we might end up with experiences that feel more like a corporate cash grab than the rich storytelling we crave. Let's be honest, no one wants to see AI take over the creative process to the point that developers are just pushing buttons and letting the robots do the work. If that happens, we might end up with games that look great but feel empty. It's important to keep the human elements in the mix, ensuring that our virtual worlds are crafted with care and creativity. So, as we explore the potential of AI in gaming, let's hope developers use it wisely. Smarter NPCs and dynamic gameplay could be awesome, but only if they keep the passion and creativity of real people at the forefront. Recasting of voice actors in Black Ops 6. The release of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies hasn't just been about shooting zombies, it's been about dodging the ethical landmines Activision left behind. Fan favorite characters William Peck and Samantha Maxis got a recast. Why the sudden switch? Well, it coincided with the SAG-AFTRA strike. Yes, the one where voice actors were literally fighting to stop studios from digitalizing their performances into AI puppets. The original actors reportedly said no thanks to Activision's seemingly AI-first policies and opted out of there faster than you can say microtransaction. This left Activision scrambling to find replacements, and instead of waiting to work with the originals or addressing the strike's concerns, they just said, recast them and no one would notice. Spoiler alert, we did. And I don't think I need to explain why this is so fucked up. Anyhow, let's talk about the AI elephant in the room. Here's where it gets even messier. Activision hasn't confirmed if AI was directly involved in replicating voices, but considering how trigger happy they've been with AI elsewhere, it's hard not to connect the dots. The whole debacle reeks of a company cutting costs at the expense of integrity. Why pay for the talent fans love when you can pay for, well, nothing? Just let the AI fill in the gaps and call it a day. Why this is a problem? This isn't just about missing the vocal nuance of Alton and Nathanson. It's about the principle. Voice actors don't just lend their voices, they bring life, emotions and personality to these characters. Replacing them during a strike and under dubious circumstances feels like a slap in the face to both both the actors and the fans. It's as if Activision looked at the problem and said, what if we solve this by being even fucking worse? And result, a zombie mode that feels less like a nostalgic trip and more like a corporate Frankenstein experiment as far as the story and the voice acting goes. Sure, the characters are there in name, but their souls, the ones created by the original actors, are MIA. And if Activision thinks this won't alienate their hardcore zombie community, they might need to recalibrate where their AI is giving them their PR strategies. So here we are. AI in gaming is no longer just a sci-fi concept. It's our current reality, and while it could revolutionize the industry with smarter NPCs, faster development, and breathtakingly dynamic worlds, it's already becoming something much less inspiring. Companies like Activision seem more focused on wielding AI as a cost-cutting chainsaw, not a tool for creativity. AI could be great for gaming if used responsibly, but sadly, instead we're seeing studios weaponize AI against their own employees, turning it into a shortcut to mediocre products. And we, the gamers, are left wondering if our favorite franchises will still feel alive in 5 years, or if there'll be hollow husks churned out on an algorithmic assembly line. Truth is, we are at a crossroad. Only two things can stop this from spiraling out of control: us, the players, and solid legislation. Gamers need to hold these companies accountable, call out the greed, demand better practices, and vote with our wallets. We also need laws that protect workers, preserve creativity, and ensure AI is used to enhance, not replace, the artistry behind games. Without these safeguards, the industry risks losing its soul, and no amounts of AI-generated art will ever replace that.
God, Batman, I can only reverse time for emergencies. Superman!